Hello there and happy Friday. If you're watching this on this Friday, this is our weekly SEO tip. My name is Chris Ralph. I'm the founder and president of Boulder SEO Marketing. Today, I want to talk about how Google crawls and indexes content on the web and from your websites, and why you may have seen a dramatic decrease in Google organic search traffic to your website. And I'll be sharing my screen here in a second, but basically, over the last year or so, Google has released several major core algorithm updates, including BERT and MOM. BERT was all about for Google to better understand context of content out there, and MOM was about Google being able to pull in content from various different sources, including different languages, to show us the best possible search result that we're looking for. So those were two major algorithm updates that basically have changed, I think, SEO as we know it. Because of that, we have completely updated our methodology. So I want to talk about the importance of understanding if Google is actually crawling and indexing your content. Let me share my screen here. I'm going to show you a real example. All right, gonna head over to my our Google Search Console. And by the way, if you're not familiar with this tool, I highly recommend that you set this up for your website. Simply do a Google search for Google Search Console. It's a free tool. It's basically, in my opinion, one of the, if not the best tool for directly communicating with Google. Let me explain why. Under the coverage section here in Google Search Console, simply click on there. All right, you will see, are there errors? Are there issues with certain pages on your website? You also see valid pages, and very important, you see this tab or section here that talks about excluded content on your website. So let's scroll down here, and I'm just going to cover the crawled, currently not indexed section here. That is one of the most important things that you should know about if you have a website, if you create content on a regular basis. All right, so let's click on this tab in a second here. But basically, this means that Google crawled your website, right? But then it decided not to index certain pages of your website in its database, meaning it's basically not visible to the world out there. Let me show you a great example here from our own website, the Boulder SEO Marketing website. So I'm scrolling down here. Right, so this piece of content, 7 tools to perform an SEO website analysis on the fly, last crawled January 25, 2022. No longer included in Google's index. Why would that be? So we're simply going to click on this little icon here, open in new tab. All right, let's take a look at what's going on with this piece of content. Okay, first of all, it was written in August of 2014. I remember this very well. I think I was in Cozumel at the pool writing this piece. So it is interesting content. However, it's nearly 8 years old, right? Let's take a look at what's going on here. Oh boy. All right, we recently updated our websites. Images are no longer pulling in correctly or at all. Google doesn't like that, right? So images are not properly referenced. There's also old tools that are probably no longer applicable, no longer exist, etc. So rightfully so, Google excluded this piece of content from its database because simply it's not up. This piece of content is not up to date anymore. There's like technical issues. So I have to admit, yes, Google rightfully no longer adds this piece of content to its database. We're going to talk about how to fix these issues in our upcoming SEO training course. The link is right below in this YouTube video. But there are a number of things that you can do to address this issue to get this piece of content back in Google's index, where we want to be found on the World Wide Web. But again, make sure you set up your Google Search Console, head over to coverage, and then click on look for crawled, currently not indexed. There's probably, I guarantee you, there's many pages on your website that are currently not included in Google's database. It's definitely something you want to address. Easy fixes, and we're going to talk about those in our upcoming online SEO training course. I hope this was useful, and yeah, I hope to see you next Friday again. Have a great weekend. Bye.